Hey guys, it's Jason Price here with Hunting After Dark podcast, and we have a guest here from American Trigger Pullers, and we have Alex Bailey here. He's been a good friend of mine here for a while, and he actually does a whole bunch of stuff, and he plays like multiple roles. He's got his hands in a million things. He's got baby on the way.
Yeah.
He's expanding his business and moving buildings. So this is one busy guy. So we are really thankful to have you here today, and appreciate you coming out. But the biggest thing we wanted to do is kind of talk about American Trigger Pullers, a little bit about yourself, and then also hear about American Trigger Pullers and what you guys do over there.
Oh man, that encompasses so much. But yeah, I mean, thanks for having me. American Trigger Pullers is started up with my business partner and I, John. We just came up with a couple of t-shirt designs. We first started printing in a little garage out in Denver. We came down to Texas for a run and gun event in Triple C, just outside of Dallas. And I kind of looked at him and said, I think this is where we need to be. He called me emotional and thought it was a stupid idea.
Fell in love with Texas, yeah.
It's,
Taking it straight to heart.
Yeah,
Well-
it's so much like home for me.
Speaking of that, where are you from?
So grew up in Australia, lived around the world a little bit, and then moved over here in 2018.
And fell in love, and now you're here.
Oh yeah,
Hey,
no,
couldn't get rid of them.
no, Texas every a little bit more every year. But no, we actually after that event we moved down within 72 hours. We actually drove
Oh,
back
my
to
goodness.
Denver, packed the entire shop up, and came back down, and the rest is kind of history.
Yeah.
So
I mean, Alex, just like us, is located here in Central Texas, so he's smack dab here in the middle of the state. He's over there in Killeen, and I mean, we run over there. I mean, we have all of our hats, all of our apparel, all our merchandise is all done by Alex. I mean, he does a great job on things. So I'm definitely going to put my shameless plug in here as he talks about his company. Always doing quality work for us. So we've had a lot of fun. I mean, that's the gear that we wear out, and then also that's what we, at the shows here in the shop and everything. I say, haven't had no customer complaints over here on our side.
That's good. That's good.
I mean, even the owners of some of the thermal companies, he did some flags for us. I mean, we had the owners, like, hey, give us flags of some of these thermal companies, wanting, and also wanting some of like the drink gear and the hats and everything else. So I know they've liked your work, and a lot of these thermal companies that we have with merchandise, they've always liked your work. Cool. So I will definitely throw your shameless plug in there for you that they do quality work, and I've always liked your products, and he will not say this, but he is very OCD and meticulous on his work. So there's no shoddy work. We got to get this out. If it doesn't look right, he will just be scrapping stuff. So I don't know how much money they make over there, but he is definitely meticulous in his work.
Make sure you go dumpster diving over there. You never know what you'll find.
And I will admit also, he does a lot of custom work and design and 3D design. So he actually designed. We kind of gave him some things to go with, but he actually designed our logo for Hunting After Dark. We gave him some things that we wanted in there, and he is like, the first draft was good. No, the first draft, we didn't really need any other work. So he actually has an eye for that as well. So as we kind of talk about your business and things, I will say that for us, it's been great. He did not design Feral Texas. I will say that was kind of like farmed out overseas. So
I fixed it up a little bit.
One day we'll do a logo redesign on Feral Texas. But as far as Hunting After Dark, I mean, if you guys have stuff and logos and ideas that you want to do for merch that you want to sell, I know you manage a bunch of different shops for a bunch of different guys in the hunting industry.
Yeah, we have, I think it's about 85 or 86 different clients now, just all print on demand, not including all of the unit apparel we do. It's just, it's insane.
I mean, he has some famous hunters. I don't know if he wants to throw their names out or not, but
if you want to.
It's all you. It's all your business, man. I mean, I'm not gonna.
Well, I mean, it's just the O'Neill Ups boys. We do a lot with them. They're awesome. We do a lot directly through iRay as well, so connecting with that team too is always good. It's always fun talking to Tyler and Amantine and everyone. Mm-hmm. It's always good. But I mean, with the baby coming around, I've been doing a bit of a now or never tour. So just trying to kind of travel around and hunt with as many of my kind of contacts and friends as well. Mm-hmm. So I think a couple of weeks ago I was down South Texas, and that hunting down there is so different.
It's difficult.
It's
hard.
hard.
Very hard.
It's extremely hard. Coyotes did not want to play at all.
I mean, I know that some of the South Texas experience I've got, man, it's just senderos and, 4-way roads. If you ain't quick on the trigger and good at calling, you're going to struggle.
Oh, yeah.
It's very
That
hard.
was so new for me. I don't like blinds. I like to be out and doing things, but there you just can't. There's just no point.
No,
It's hard. Like I said, I was like, because, everything's so quick and in and out. So if from personal experience hunting down there, we're hunting 4-ways. And if you're not if you're not looking down that 4-way at that time, it's too late. You can't just, say you're hunting at a high rack, you swing over, looking that, lane, all you're seeing is the tail end of them. They're headed back into the brush. And it was like, boom, like that, within a split second.
Once that pass that brush, you can't see them.
No, them mesquites down there are unbelievable.
Yep.
You better shoot, and when you shoot, you better drop them right in the road, or you ain't getting them back.
No. And then out hunting east of Waco with the Infected Outdoors guys, that was a hell of a lot of fun.
Some different, two different types of property and land, land styles, and it's crazy.
Out there, it's just so open. You get a lot more of a chance to actually shoot.
Yeah, it is kind of exhilarating when you see, if you go calling, you get coyotes coming from 700 yards out, and you're like, oh yeah.
You sit there and watch them come in for 30 minutes.
Here, let me get my watch. Hold on, let me get a drink real quick. They're still rolling in. Let me go ahead and get ready.
And you got 30 minutes to get set up for one coming in. Watch them come in for a day.
I mean, even the pig hunting stuff. I mean, that's where we had access to a bunch of big fields like that. After they've plowed, get out there. Sometimes after they plow them up, I mean, pigs will still be out there trying to clean up the corn that they missed and didn't get quite pieces of. But I mean, I'm lazy. I take that electric golf cart and I'll drive across those fields, and then go hop out. Because I mean, when there's fields out here, that are on the horizon, you can see the trees on the other side. It's a long way to walk through a field, isn't it?
Oh yeah,
especially when
especially when you leave your gear out there.
Oh,
and then you get back to the truck.
Yeah,
I have found that I need to put reflective tape on my tripod, my black tripod.
Oh yeah, because that's walking. You're 90% of the time you're stalking pigs, so you're carrying your tripod, your gun. Usually a handheld. You got look like you're bear hugging a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah. Alex asked to bring his gun, and I was like, no, I don't think we can get it in here. But I have held Alex's. Is this your Bergara?
Yeah, the HMR.
Oh my God, that thing. I don't know how you do it. I mean, his skinny little arms you see right here, man. And I know I'm not like a bodybuilder. I'm all fat over here, but he is one tough mother, guys. I'm gonna tell you that right now because he takes that gun around everywhere.
Usually out the front.
He'll be in the front, out walking everybody if you're out there trying to stalk on something.
Got a suppressor on it, thermal on it. Might as well be pushing 12 pounds, I bet.
No, well, yeah, it's about 12.5 pounds total weight. But
God, no.
That thing's quiet.
Yeah, and I know you love it, and it's a passion for you.
I love my bolt guns now.
Yeah, he's all bolt gun guy.
Yeah,
he's
best
all
way to
bolt
go.
guns. He comes over here to the United States and down to Texas, and he's still rocking that bolt gun. He can run that AR if he wants to, but
bolt's the way to go.
But
man.
no, you can work a bolt pretty good. I mean, footage and stuff I've seen.
The Deer Creek one, that time we all went out.
So you're doing pretty good running that bolt. And, I know there's always a debate with guys about bolt guns and ARs and things and hunting pigs.
Everyone's got their place.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we always talk about, your take more time to take the shots, think more about it, and not so willing to pull the trigger until that's the precision.
About making every shot count on that bolt because it's going to take you at least
5 rounds.
Yeah, I was going to say, you got to sit there and chamber another one, unlike an AR where you can just pull the trigger, after you make a shot. But, yeah, everything, you shoot those shots sparingly and make everyone count, especially with the bolt.
Yeah.
And then speaking of bolt guns, we did pull out some thermals that I know you've run going out there, varmint hunting and things like that. I know you've been pig hunting a bunch too, but we pulled out 2 units. I know you own one, and then you had one from us for a little while. Yeah. I'm just gonna let you talk about it. What your thoughts are, good or bad?
I mean, I like both scopes. The Bolt version 1.
And you can pick them up and grab them. I mean, you haven't heard anything.
Yeah, no, this one's the fun. This one's a fun one. No, I mean, I love mine. I like the software a lot more in the iRays. AGMs really are catching up, in my opinion. I do like the crosshairs better on the AGM. I've done a lot of long range with that. That was, I think,
Yeah, you had an Adder 5384 that you were running, and I mean, I had people
to 300 yards.
Yes, you were, and then people kept asking me like, "Who's that shooting?" I'm like, "It's Alex. He's the one, who made my hat, and all that stuff." I was
American
like,
trigger pullers.
I was like, "Yeah, American trigger pullers over here." I said, "This guy is not just making stuff, hanging out in the sweatshop over there in Killeen. He's actually out there at nighttime. He's out there hunting and drilling coyotes at 300 yards."
Yep. Yeah,
it's all in the name, man. American trigger pullers. Hey, sling it out there 300.
I mean, you've got to.
Yeah,
you can't have a company name like that and not shoot. But I mean, for me, I just like the precision of it. I like to most of my properties that are local to me, I only get 1 or 2 shots, so I have to make them count. And with some of the high fences that I do hunt, I can't afford to miss. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, you might be leaving your truck to pay for the animal you accidentally just shot.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, for me, the IRA is really where it's at. I think they're really going to, or they already have shaken up the market a lot. The other thing I like about both ones is the battery times.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to go out and spend, how much are the RL42 batteries now? Is it 140 each?
It was like 120 something like that. But like if you were to go like to the Rico models,
yeah, molded batteries like that, you lose one.
Yeah,
I
let's say with that Bolt, man, you got that internal battery system, and
exactly.
Hey, if you forget to charge it, hey, you can plug it in on the way to your place that you're hunting.
Yep.
Get
But
you
then
some
I
charge.
carry the 18650.
18500 out of the box, but we do have.
You got the extenders.
Yeah, we got an extender to put on there if you want to go 18650.
Yeah, no, I've got the 186.
500.
Yeah, the 500s. Yeah. I mean, I just buy, I think 6 of those I run. I don't think I've even gone into my actual
internal battery. So you're like the odd one in it.
Yeah. You got the best benefit with an internal battery system, but hey, screw it, we're gonna use the regular battery.
He's saving it.
Each time you hit a couple pigs, I might just go change the battery real quick. I mean, you never know.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, these scope styles go into, everyone's kind of going into that. I mean, with Inferior Outdoor getting theirs going on, and then AGM doing theirs, and then, some of these other manufacturers trying to keep up with that. I mean, Pulsar did traditionally always have theirs, and then their battery system wasn't as good as some of these. So I think a lot of people were thinking, I don't want to go scope style because of what they'd seen in the Thermion line series. And it's just not the case here with both of these companies.
Yeah.
I mean, even when we had like the winter storm down here, it was 20 something degrees. We left both units out there for 12 hours and just to see, hey, how well do they hold up? Because I know the guys up north, that's a constant. I mean, they want to go out there and for whatever reason, if it's those O'Neill boys or whatever, want to go out there in negative degrees or single
Sit
digits.
there and freeze, man. That's
single
rough.
digits, man. Y'all can have all that stuff.
I agree. I'll sit there with my little hand pockets in, everywhere, boots, just like everything.
It's like you can see me, you can see my eyes.
Yeah, that's all you can see, and then you get back inside and you get hot dog, and my eyes are dried out and burned, so it ain't cold outside.
So I know a lot of guys wonder about that. I mean, as they start to get into hunting season, I mean, their season's a little different from us. I mean, we're year round, and then they pretty much after January they're really getting after it. Some of them I think start a little bit earlier, but so I know that's a big thing on longevity, and I know you're a tech guy, and so
I mean, back on the battery life, it varies a lot. Sometimes I can get 4 hours out of that, just that little external.
the small one.
Yep. Sometimes it might only be 2 hours.
Yeah, I think, if your humidity nuking a lot,
really,
closing that shutter a bunch, takes up some battery. I mean, we know between manual and auto.
Accidentally leave that Wi-Fi on. That really
that'll drain it for sure.
But I mean, that's the thing is you're talking about Inferior Outdoor products. That the Wi-Fi part of that it works really, really well. I mean, there's times where I've always pulled off videos as walking across the field, going back to the truck, pulling videos off the scope. Just seeing, hey, did I get that shot? Did I miss? Did I hit him good? Is the footage good?
Yeah, being able to pull that footage on any of the scopes in the market really does make you a better shooter. You can have everyone be like, oh, I know I was on 100%. I was on. I didn't miss, and you can pull it up and go.
Mm-hmm.
You go.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, Justin, running around with some of these tournament guys. I mean, all the trash talkers out there. It's like I don't know if you hit that or not. Nah, man.
Hey, pull it up. Let's pull it up right. Hey, we're driving in between stands right now. Let's pull it up. See if you really hit it,
You're
or
like
you
3
just
feet
fluke.
in front. Yep.
Hey, it'll show the truth real quick.
Exactly. Yeah.
Being able to do all that.
Well, yeah, no, it just makes you a better shooter overall when you can see exactly what you did wrong, whether it was trigger squeeze. Sometimes, I mean, I got way too excited over the weekend and missed by a foot. I just I was in my head trying to, all right, I know I'm going to hit this pig, and I'm going to go to the next one. Well, I just completely missed the first one, and then I got the second one.
Yeah, already making your move before you get the first one done.
Yep, way too excited on that. I mean, you just get excited when 40 pigs come in from the distance. You're like, yes.
That's what I'm here for.
Yep.
Me, I was like, always in setups when there's big ones out there, I'm like, all right, which one's the lead sow?
Yep.
I want the lead. I was like, someone can double up with me and shoot the same lead sow. I don't even care.
That's
I want
to
make the group dumber, and then we'll just clean up whatever's after that, whatever comes in front of the crosshairs. But I know in those big groups, I'm always trying to pick one out. Yeah. And then usually, we stalk so close, but that lead sow's usually got head up looking straight at me when they're getting one right here. And those are my favorites, is when they're sitting there looking at you like the last possible second, like you're about to get busted. Those are my favorite ones.
Just take them out.
Yeah, and you take out that sow, and then that group doesn't know what to do. I mean, sometimes you take out that lead sow, the second one's just kind of looking around, looking for her to run.
Oh, I mean, if you can make it as quiet as possible where they don't squeal, that's
it's like a virgin group out there that hasn't been shot at. Man, that's what I get excited about. They're kind of skittish, like you're walking with your buddies, and they're kind of moving a little further, or they're always moving at a fast pace across an open area. I mean, I love it when they're just taking their sweet time, just sitting there, not moving, just
have
relaxed.
no idea you're there.
Like,
nothing.
I was like, we're getting in at 40, 50 yards. Like
we're going to see
personal.
We're going to see.
Yeah, we're going to see them with our eyes. We're not even going to worry about the thermal.
Yep. No, that's what we actually had that over the weekend with the Infected Outdoors guys. We crept up on them when they were sleeping. That's always fun.
Yeah,
had no idea.
That's pretty cool.
I had a group one time. They were sleeping with the cows bedded down.
Yep.
And I was like, how am I going to do this?
Yeah.
Like, how am I going to do this? Like, I'm going to get positioned, see if any of them start moving by the time I get real close. And I'm just like, like no trying mistakes. To just get the cows to move, trying to get the cows up. Just trying to make some sound, like not scaring these pigs off.
Don't make a couple $1,000 mistake, man. Don't pick the wrong one.
Yeah, I want pork, not beef.
I want to be able to come back and hunt is more.
No lie.
Yes, it's pretty hard to load a cow up on the truck.
Pretty hard to hide it too if you accidentally did it.
Yeah, someone's gonna notice.
I have not shot any cows. I'll throw that out there right now. I haven't shot any cows. I'm not even going to say yet. I have not shot any cows.
Hopefully it stays that way. Knock on wood, man. No cows dead. No cows on my list.
Can't say I haven't shot a house cat or two. I think everybody's been there. Everybody think they're calling it some bobcat, and then there's a little bit of brush.
And then you see the collar on the cat's neck. And that's somebody's pet.
Jinxie just got one.
Take it back to the yard and be like, I don't know what happened there. She just fell over and died, man. Heart attack, I guess.
I mean, people talk about like stray dogs or whatever. And I'm like, no, you can pretty much tell, on dogs. I mean, unless the thermal's a little rough, but
that's when, like, going to landowners, they're always like, oh, don't shoot my dogs. I'm like, no, we know what we're doing. We can see, we can tell.
Yeah, it's not going to be a problem, but no, I've got a buddy from high school. Was it spotlighting, doing thermal, whatever? No. Every time I have taken him out, he has shot somebody's house cat. We're nowhere near anyone's house.
He's cursed, man.
There's just some wildcat running around. I'm just like, man, you can't come hang out with me anymore, man. We can't go hunt at night. Somehow there's always a cat getting shot.
Somebody's pet's higher on the list than somebody's coyote problem that they got or pig problem, man. You take out all the animals he sees.
I guess I better tell my neighbors I haven't shot anything near our house in a long, long time.
My
neighbors going to be sending me some hate emails now after this one if anybody watches this.
Knocking on your door every time.
Hey, by the way, my cat did go missing last week. No, it's been a long time.
Yeah, it ain't me. I promise. I ain't been around here in a while.
But no, it's been a lot of fun. I know hunting at night and. All the technology changes and things, but it's only going to keep changing more. I know we've got another company that we've had on here. We're talking to them, about some of the changes and looking at digital zoom versus optical zoom, battery longevity being one as well. Some of these things that some of these guys are asking for. I mean, both of these units have the thing that I've liked the most. When you talk about shooting and target acquisition, you've used some other units and things like that in the past, but that dial zoom.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah. I mean,
I mean, I have the RL42 as well. I really dislike having to zoom through that and then back around to what you need. Just sometimes you just want just a little. And no, the AGM and the iRay have done really well with that.
yeah.
I do like the AGM zoom just a little bit more, but the iRay is still pretty damn good.
Yeah, and I know you've been running around with the V1. The V2 did go to a stepped. So they did go to a stepped on there. So I think if you ever look like you feel like you need an upgrade, that they are going. But I think you're looking at that TH50C though. Yeah.
Hey, might go big or go home.
Ready for that 640
Yeah.
action. But we'll see if they get that laser rangefinder up and going.
I was still happy with the TS50 384. I was still pretty impressed with that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, honestly, if I was going to go for another one, I'd probably go for that.
Yeah.
The only thing I didn't like was the sensitivity for the microphone. Like, you can hear yourself breathing, like, quite loud.
Don't say nothing wrong, man.
No,
it's going to pick it up.
Exactly. Then the other thing that I didn't like was I mean, I like the feature of the recoil activated video, but the sensitivity of that, you step down in a hole a little too hard and you jerk it, it starts recording everything you're doing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I didn't send all the videos of the unit that I field tested.
Yeah.
There's so much swearing. It was picking up absolutely everything.
Yeah, you ain't hiding nothing with that thing, man. It's gonna expose you.
It's like it's like AGM, like Pulsar, like they have very sensitive microphones, and the infrared one's not as sensitive. But then everyone would.
Well, mine doesn't even have sound unless I do it through the app.
Yeah, so in the V2s, they are. They're not as sensitive, but they are pretty sensitive. I mean, they've kind of gone all to be like overly sensitive on the microphone now, because everyone knocked the Ricoh line, saying it was muffled. This first ones, people were saying how the audio was muffled, and you couldn't quite hear everything else. You could hear a shot, but nothing else.
So they've gone from the lowest to now the.
So it's like if I was running these companies, I'm like, I would not know what to do. I mean, it's like you can never please anybody. It's like, but it's all preference, I guess, on some of these guys. Yeah. I mean, me. It's like if it was windy, it's like all of these scopes microphones now like picking up the wind. Yeah. I mean, I was like, we were testing out a Thermion the other day, and like you could hear like my AR, like you could hear like the bolt carrier going back and ejecting shells. Yeah, like you hear this dink going out,
very precise.
The shells going out, but it would adjust, and your shots would sound like perfect.
And you can always post edit it too. That's always
and that's some of the things that you've done to like muffle some of the wind sounds. Like somebody's like, oh, it kind of the audio sounded like it was a little different. It was like, well, the wind was like 20 miles an hour, but there were pigs out there, and you just couldn't pass it up.
Might as well.
There's been multiple times I've seen them on the camera. I think I did it on the way to work one weekend. I got up a little early. I was like, oh, they're here.
Took off.
30 minutes. I had pigs on the ground and on the way to work.
That's pretty cool.
Well, you do the same thing. Like, we were talking about this. I know we talked to, the guys over there, Bad Magic, and as far as what we do as well, it's like you do the same thing, go and put cell cameras out in places. Yeah. And, we sell cell cameras here, and I don't know why a lot of guys are not taking advantage of that. I mean, it saves you, like, fuel costs are to the roof. I'm sorry, $8 a month for a camera.
Yeah,
unlimited photos.
Yeah, there's so many different variations. I mean, I run the spy points. I don't have major issues with them. Most of my properties are pretty good, but I know that they are limited. If you go down into ravines or creeks or anything like that, it's a little iffy. I mean, if you're further east or west, rural areas, sometimes it's not as great.
It's like we use Tacticam, and Tacticam has extended range antennas. You can choose whatever service you want. You just throw in whatever SIM card.
Yeah. Spy Point's slowly catching up to stuff like that, but I'm running like 8 or 9 different cameras. So sometimes I'm going for a little bit cheaper so I can get a couple more. But
But it's like the Tacticams, I think they're like $120. Like the first one's $10, and then like the second camera is like $8 or something like that. Of course, they probably change prices.
Yeah.
And so but you think about that. How much. I mean, you drive a bigger truck even than me. But think about diesel prices at $3.50 a gallon, and how far are you going out? You're getting 15, 20 miles to the gallon. How close is your place? I mean, you're already spending that to go run out there and just waste your time. Nothing's out there. Then you leave. go to some other property and then they show up.
You have no idea. You ain't got no cell
And they
cams.
show up, they're out there.
It's usually right as you're pulling up to the garage at home is right when they hit.
They know. Hey,
Yeah.
they ain't dumb, man. They ain't dumb.
Well, right now, it's like 100-something degrees right now. So they're coming out like 2, 3, 4, 5
really
o'clock in the
annoying.
morning. And it's like, hey, honey, it's like, oh, you going out tonight? I said, no, I'm going to sleep for about 4 hours and then I'm going to get up.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to go
I
out.
can't do it. I can't wake up early like that.
Oh, no.
I gotta stay up. I'll stay up all night and then into the morning. I'm good then. But
It's a
I
little
won't
bit
get up at
easier
2
like that.
a.m.
No, I'll get up at 1 a.m., get out and go over there. I'd slept a couple hours. I was good. And I'll go until the sun comes up. But then
Sun
that's
comes
it.
up, man. You're done.
Yeah.
It hits you like a wall.
Yeah, sun's coming up. It's like, all right, I think we're about done. It'd probably be perfect to call coyotes, but no,
time to go to
mine
bed.
would go home.
About 6 a.m. is when my coyotes have been coming out. It's right when.
A little too
maybe
early,
7.
but
Yeah.
it's tough.
I mean, one day I'll just get up and go. One day I will.
Mm-hmm.
One day soon, maybe.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's like, some of these landowners, you're talking about stuff, and they're like, oh, man, there's some pig damage, and it's like, they're coming out at 4 a.m.
Yep.
Like, I'll try my best to be out there and catch them.
Sometimes they're not even coming. They're just going straight to the water and just going to.
And it's
lay
usually
down.
on their pass through, man. They, they're going to water, and they're not hanging around long enough to make that. Even if you're 15 minutes away,
Yep.
you get an alert on your phone from your camera. By the time you get there, they're gone because they're just passing through.
Yep.
That's the hardest
So
part about it.
So the biggest thing, you kind of sit there and cross your fingers that they get in a pattern. You know?
You're just waiting for that.
Yeah, you wait for them to kind of get patterned. Like, all right, they found them some water, found some food. It's like, yeah, there's a little bit of the food's going to be kind of taken up, a little bit of crop damage. I said, but once we're on them, we're on them. But it's like getting to that point. It's like it's trying to explain that. It's like, listen, it's like I'll go out there, but the thing is like, I'm gonna go out there a lot of nights and not get anything.
Yeah.
Until you kind of figure out what they're doing out here, especially on new property, and just kind of figure out what's going on with the pigs.
You got to let it sit, about a week, let them pattern up, and then you can go hit them hard and heavy, and then that's when you'll do your most damage. But a lot of landowners don't understand that they know they want to get them out of there, but they don't understand the process.
To find that pattern.
Because we can still. I still run that thermal drone, over those cornfields, and I can see some damage. But I'll go through those fields, 2 different times while I'm out there, and just to see if anything snuck in. But then there'll be nothing out there. It's like, okay, well, what do I do? And so that's where I think cell cameras come into play.
Yep.
They help you get that pattern of the animal. It's kind of, you kind of take what you learned from deer hunting that worked.
Yep.
And then put it over there to the pig hunting side of
It's the same
things.
style, man.
We all know calling, sometimes even on these cameras, you see, if you put them in pathways, you also see, if you're a varmint hunter, what's coming
move it
through
around.
there.
Wait. Like if you find that trail, put it on a tree. Just see what comes for a week or a couple days. Nothing comes through, then move it a little bit further down. Find that crossing point.
Yeah, and I know we've talked before that sometimes that's how you figure out what varmints run around out there.
Yep.
It's like, oh dang, there's a bobcat out there.
Well, that's like bad
there's a
magic.
Oh, there's there's a fox.
That's what they do. Right now they're running, ain't no telling, probably 10 cameras right now, but they're just running them on trails that they find. It looks like it's been, an active trail. Put a camera up and you'd be amazed what you see, man.
Oh, yeah.
House cats, dogs, deer, coons, fox, random stuff.
It's been something that we find out to be cost effective. It's like, yeah, you got your thermal. Yeah, you may have to go spend a little bit more money, but it's going to save you in the end.
Yeah,
wear and tear on the
absolutely.
vehicle, running around at night.
Even some sleep, man. It'll save you some sleep.
Yeah, that's
valuable.
That's my perspective. You go running around. It's like, all right, we're gonna start about 9. Okay, well it's midnight. Haven't seen anything. Okay, we're gonna go till 2. Well, damn, still haven't seen anything.
Yeah.
Or if I shot one animal or whatever, all right, well let's go to 4. I'm like, and then you just keep extending. Then you've been out all night. And
Then you get pissed off and you're like, I ain't doing this again. I ain't doing this again.
Yeah, then you go out a couple nights in a row, and then everything's caught up to you, and then you're just dead.
And then that's, of course, when the pigs start coming out whenever you were out there,
Yeah,
or not
exactly.
out there, but they come out, at the times you were out there, and then you're just like, nah, man, I ain't going. I need my sleep.
Yeah, so sometimes they beat you sometimes. So the technology is like, guys, definitely take advantage of it. I think everyone's starting to kind of figure that out down here. And I know there's different laws, different places, and different states and stuff like that. But if you're out there putting them on your deer trails, you're going to find varmints and things running around. Not everybody has pigs, but you're still going to find varmints and see what's running around out there. I know that they can't bait them or anything, but those natural trails, the deer and the coyotes and everything else all take some, path of least resistance.
They all use the same
Oh, yeah.
routes.
Yeah, path of least resistance is always going to be key.
Yep.
Yep.
But we've kind of got a local problem here. which I'm kind of scared, and I don't know if I want to go get involved in any of this.
I don't know if I'd go alone, man.
What's that?
They
one?
might get, you never know.
So local police chief has been getting phone calls that there is a Black Panther, and I've literally had people calling me too that there is a Black Panther running around.
I've got actually a mountain lion on one of mine.
So it's like, all right. So it's like, do we take the risk here, and just go out and see?
Well, hopefully you're not like Bad Magic's experience with mountain lions and Black Panthers, man. Hopefully that gun don't jam.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, that is kind of my fear. I'm just like, I'd never carry a pistol and be like, all right, maybe today's the day.
One on my left hip, one on my right hip, one of my snake boots. Hey, I'm going to carry a spare AR with me. You never know. Hey, I can't shoot all of them, but I know I can get to one of them at least.
Yeah. But I don't know what it is. Is it someone's pet that got loose, or there's some here?
That's the thing.
Whatever.
You never know in Texas.
Yeah.
Someone's exotic.
Was it Chad Prather that was saying that there's more tigers in Texas than I think anywhere else?
I don't know. I mean, but the thing is that you've got these big exotic ranches and big exotic zoos that closed up. Something went bankrupt, and they let some of them loose, or they broke loose and
let old Mr. Black Panther out the back door. Said, "Hey, have a good life. Let's let him go in Holland."
Yeah, maybe I should just go out there and clicking two sticks together and see what happens.
Yeah.
But no, but I want to thank Alex here coming out, and thank you for always supporting us, and we always support American Trigger Pullers as well. You've always taken care of all of us, but I like to support companies. I like to support guys that go out and hunt. And that is what we do here, and that's with our vendors and who we use here with Feral Texas and Hunting After Dark is we support hunters supporting hunters, and I will tell you that they do a great job, guys. So if you're in the market for merchandise and you can get set up, if it's your nonprofit you have, your for-profit business, you got a business, organizations you're part of, you got large orders that you need to get out, make sure give him some time. He is running a big business, and he does quality work. So he ain't gonna have it next week, but he'll be able to get you in there and get you set up, because you're gonna get pristine work every time from him. Yep. So. I'm putting that in there for you, so you don't have to say it. It's just like call me up next week. I'll be ready. Next week.
Hey, one last thing though. Are you in any social media? Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, anything like that? Got a website? Anything? Well, mainly for the guys that are just listening on Apple and Spotify, not for the guys watching.
So the apparel site is AmericanTriggerPullers.com. Same for the Instagram.
Okay.
My own personal stuff. Is Dingo_Alex, go throw the Aussie in there. But that's pretty much where I post all of my hunting stuff. Not everyone wants to see the videos that I do, so it gets.
I've always liked your videos. You've always done a good job. Yeah. I mean, I like the varmint hunting stuff. I mean, you want to see somebody rocking a bolt action and getting after it and getting guys far out and up close. I mean, you've had some called in close too, so you've got some cool videos.
There's been quite a few that have come in a little too close.
Hey, stick them with your Bowie knife. Call it good.
But no, we really appreciate you coming out. I'll let Justin close us out here.
Yeah, if you got any questions for Alex or anything, feel free to reach out to us at Hunting After Dark podcast, and we can get you set up with Alex. And be sure to check us out on Apple at Hunting After Dark podcast, along with Spotify. Same thing, Hunting After Dark podcast, and then Hunting After Dark. Podcast.com, and you can send us an email at huntingafterdark at gmail.com. Thank you.
Well, thank you, guys.